You are running out of time. Listen to me. You're running out of time. You never know when your opportunity is that opportunity. It may not be 2 years from now. It may not be 3 years from now. It may not be 4 years from now. Your opportunity might come in the next 6 weeks. My man told his grandfather, I'm graduating in 2 weeks. Even before he literally marched, his grandfather passed. Who's going to pass in your life cut your average? Who's not going to see you blow up? Who's not going to see you accomplish your goals? Who's not going to be able to enjoy the fruits of your labor with you? And one day you're going to be great, but you think you have time. You think you've got time AET 3 years from now. I'm telling you, you deserve to be great now. Some of you will never be, you'll never have, you'll never do. You're sitting around waiting on a phone call because you're sitting around waiting for somebody to give you an opportunity. Your opportunity to get your mama out of that neighborhood and get your mama into a new neighborhood. Listen to me. That opportunity might come in the next 6 months. You're new at your job and you like, E.T., look, I just got here. I got forever. Listen to me very closely. You've got to hear me. You might be at that job for another 10 years. You might be there another 20 years. But that opportunity, somebody's about to leave and get another job. Hear me very closely. Somebody's about to quit. Somebody's about to get fired. And you will not listen to me. You will not be ready at that particular moment to go to the next level. The question is, will you be ready when that opportunity comes? So you're running out of time. There's a certain determination. There's a certain level of resiliency, a bounce back, a get back up that you have to reach certain levels of success. It's about being prepared beforehand so that when the opportunity comes, you are already ready for it. It's not playing Call of Duty and waiting by and putting the phone by you, waiting for somebody to pick up the phone and call you. That's not what it's about. Preparation. We're getting prepared just in case the opportunity comes. I don't want to start practicing on the opportunity. I want to practice before, so when the opportunity comes, I can strike it. Are you hearing what I'm saying? You are who you are in practice when you play. And if you hadn't practiced, then when it's time to play, your play is going to be practice. You heard me. Your play is going to be practice. So it's working in the off season. It's doing what you have to do in the off season. So when the regular season comes, you're ready. You heard me say it before. I am an athlete. I am a professional. So whether there's a game or not, I wake up and shoot. I heard a little kid call me last week. He said, E.T., thanks, bro. I got up today at 5:00 in the morning and I'm practicing my soccer game. He said, but guess what? That's not what's important. He said, I'm not on the team Eric. I didn't make the soccer team, but I'm getting up at 500 every morning, practicing as if I made it. There are two types of people. There are people who plan for events, and when the events don't show up, they don't show up. And then there's another group that's hungry, and they want it as bad as they want to breathe. And whether there's an event or not, they're getting up. Whether there's an opportunity or not, they're getting up and getting dressed. They're getting up, they're getting out, and they're going to make it happen. Are you hearing what I'm telling you? I don't plan for events anymore. I plan because it's a part of the process. I plan because I'm a professional. I plan because I create my own luck. You ain't got to rely on nobody to get off average but you. So if I were to ask most of you, you already know what your challenge is. You aren't dumb. You know what it is. You just don't fight it. And at what point are you going to fight against that nature in you that you know? And you had the power to be great. It's in you. You are capable of it. You have to understand, if you stay average and you stay good, you'll never get to where you're trying to get to. And I'm challenging you to fight it. We all have 24 hours. What makes some of us average, makes some of us good, some of us great, is not the family you were born into, right? It has nothing to do with that. It has nothing to do with your socioeconomic status. It has everything to do with how you command your life. People act as if you grow up in a house where your parents are rich, you're automatically bro. We can look at people who grew up in wealth. They are on drugs too. They make bad decisions too. Unfortunately, they take their lives as well. It doesn't matter where you come from. If you don't activate you, the environment doesn't matter anyway. It's the mindset And so when I look back, I had a victim mindset, like everything was about somebody else. All the anger and the frustration and the hurt, it was all blaming. Everything was about this person or that person or this person. Everything that's supposed to blow me up and take me to the next level is somebody else's responsibility. I never even realized I was where I was because of who I was. And I was actually getting the physical manifestations of my thoughts, of my feelings, my emotions. Like I was creating this and didn't even realize. I thought my mom created it. I thought my father created it. I was like, no, you created this. And I'm going to tell you, the moment I realized you are the greatest common denominator, like you're the common denominator. Once that realization hit me, it was like, okay. You got some confessing to do, bro. And I'm going to tell you, the hardest thing that I've ever done, somebody asked me the other day, like, what's one of the hardest things you've ever done? The hardest thing I've ever done was look in the mirror and tell myself I was sorry. And so the Eric Thomas that you've seen, that dude is the dude that looked himself in the mirror, was like, yo, you owe yourself an apology. You owe yourself correction. You owe yourself change. You need to be taught. You need to be trained. You need to become a better human. That was one of the most difficult days of my life. I was looking at myself, correcting myself, telling myself I was sorry, and then moving forward, saying, now, what are we going to do from this point? You always blame somebody, but why? And the reason why is because it was easier to put it on my mom and my dad than for me to have to do the work. Because what I didn't realize as a young adult is that when you say it's somebody else, whether you mean to do it or not, you give them the keys to your life. You said it. They didn't do this. And because they didn't, they got the keys. Now, think about that for a moment. Most people confuse success with fulfillment. They believe that if they get the job, the house, the car, or the title, then they will finally be happy. But have you ever noticed how often that's not true? People reach their goals, they climb to the top of the mountain, only to discover that the mountain was empty. They win the award, they buy the dream house, they get the recognition, and yet something inside them still feels incomplete. Why? Because success is external, but fulfillment is internal. Success is measured by the world. Fulfillment is measured by your soul. Success is when people applaud you. Fulfillment is when your heart applauds you. Success is about achievement. Fulfillment is about meaning. You can be successful in the eyes of everyone around you and still feel hollow when you look in the mirror. But when you're fulfilled, you feel alive, you feel rich, even if the world hasn't given you its approval yet. Progress is the key. If you're making progress in your life, in your health, in your relationships, in your career, you feel that energy flowing inside you. Progress is movement, and movement is life. Think about a river. When it's flowing, it's alive, it's fresh, it's vibrant. But when it stops moving, it becomes stagnant, it becomes poisoned, it begins to die. And the same is true for us. If you're not growing, you're dying. The reason we grow is so we have something to give. You can't give something you don't have. If you don't keep growing, you'll have nothing to give your children, nothing to give your spouse, nothing to give your community, nothing to give to the people who count on you. It's about becoming more so you can serve more. And the secret to living is giving. Think about the happiest moments of your life. Were they the times you were only taking, or were they the times you were giving? Maybe it was when you helped a friend in need. Maybe it was when you gave your time to comfort someone who was hurting. Maybe it was when you sacrificed something for someone you love. In that moment, you felt something deeper than success. You felt fulfillment. And here's the truth. Giving without growing will eventually leave you empty. If all you do is give, but you don't grow, sooner or later you'll be drained. But growing without giving is the fastest way to feel lonely and purposeless. Growth and contribution must go together. That's the dance of life. That's where real joy lies. So the question is not just, what can I achieve? The question is, who can I become? And how can I use that growth to make a difference? When you shift your focus from success alone to fulfillment, everything changes. The job you once thought was just a paycheck becomes an opportunity to serve. The goals you once chased for your own pride now become vehicles for impact. The challenges you once ran from now become the very tests that shape your character. That's the beauty of fulfillment. It's not about things going perfectly. It's about you living aligned with who you were created to be. Fulfillment says, I'm not here just to make money. I'm here to make meaning. I'm not here just to build a career. I'm here to build a life. I'm not here just to take. I'm here to give. And when you live that way, you never really fail. Because even when you don't get the outcome you hoped for, you gained wisdom, you gained strength, and you gave your best. That's fulfillment. The truth is, life is not about what you get. It's about who you become and what you give. If you measure your life only by the money in your bank account, the likes on your photos, or the titles on your resume, you will always be chasing shadows. But if you measure your life by the growth you experience and the impact you make, you'll never feel empty, even in the hardest times. Think of a seed. When it's planted, it doesn't look like much. It's buried in the dark, unseen, unnoticed, surrounded by dirt. Yet deep inside, it's alive. And because it continues to grow, one day it breaks through the surface, reaches the light, and becomes something that gives fruit, shade, and life to others. That's the story of fulfillment. Growth feels slow, it feels hidden. But if you stay committed, if you keep watering the seed, one day you'll realize your growth is not just for you. It's for everyone who gets to taste the fruit of your life. Progress equals happiness. But progress is not automatic. You don't wake up one morning and find yourself fulfilled. Fulfillment doesn't come from luck. It comes from discipline, choices, and intentional growth. Every day you are either moving forward or slipping backward. There is no standing still. Every day you are either feeding your mind with strength or poisoning it with negativity. Every day you are either investing in your body or neglecting it. Every day you are either building your relationships or letting them decay. That is why fulfillment is a daily practice, not a one-time event. People often ask, what do I need to do to live a fulfilled life? And I tell them, you need to focus on three things: growth, contribution, and gratitude. Growth keeps you alive. Contribution gives your life meaning. Gratitude keeps you centered and joyful no matter what happens. Let's break that down. Growth is about becoming more, not just financially, but emotionally, spiritually, intellectually, physically, because the more you grow, the more you can give. Contribution is about looking beyond yourself, asking, how can I make someone else's life better today? And gratitude is about recognizing that no matter where you are, no matter how far you still have to go, there is already so much to be thankful for. Gratitude turns what you have into enough, and then it multiplies. Without growth, you feel stuck. Without contribution, you feel empty. Without gratitude, you feel deprived. But with all three, you feel unstoppable. You feel alive. You feel fulfilled. Now let's talk about something that often keeps people from growing: fear. Fear is the silent thief of progress. Fear says, don't try. Don't step out. Don't risk. Stay safe. Stay comfortable. But comfort is the enemy of fulfillment, because nothing grows in comfort. Growth happens when you stretch, when you push, when you step into the unknown. Think of the gym. If you lift the same weight every day, you don't grow stronger. It's only when you add resistance, when you challenge your muscles, when you step that beyond what's easy, that your strength increases. The same is true in life. Without resistance, there is no growth. Without challenge, there is no progress. Without discomfort, there is no fulfillment. So the next time fear whispers to you, stay where you are. Remember this: the only way to feel truly alive is to move forward despite the fear. Fear is not a stop sign. It's a signal. It's a sign you're on the edge of growth, on the edge of something that could change your life. And if you push through, what was once fear will become your strength. And let's not forget, contribution requires courage too. It's not always easy to give when you feel like you don't have enough yourself. But that's the paradox of life. When you give, you multiply. When you serve, you expand. When you contribute, you discover a joy that success alone could never give you. Think about learning a skill. On the first day, you might feel clumsy, awkward, maybe even embarrassed. On the second day, you're still struggling. By the third, fourth, or fifth, it feels like nothing is improving, but something is happening. Slowly, your brain is building new connections. Slowly, your hands are adjusting. Slowly, your confidence is building. And then one day, you look back and realize you're doing what once felt impossible. That's progress.